a matter to put on the record at this point in time, and then we'll call the jury in. So, counsel, as you are aware, the court received a note yesterday evening at approximately 4:45 while taking the bench to dismiss the jurors for the day. Due to the lateness regarding the hour of the day and the closure of our court facilities at 5 p.m., the court decided to address the note on the record this morning. Counsel has had the opportunity to review the note, and it will be marked as a court exhibit for ID purposes only, as it does contain the deliberative process of the jurors. The note does, however, indicate that the jury remains deadlocked as to count 1, and also cannot reach a verdict at this time as to counts 2, 3, and 4. It is the court's intent to instruct the jury to continue its deliberations. I did have an opportunity to informally meet with counsel in chambers this morning. It is my understanding that both the state and the defense are in agreement with instructing the jury to continue on with its deliberations with a short instruction to the jury regarding that continued process without at this time giving a Chip Smith charge or accepting any verdicts that may or may not have been reached. So I would hear from counsel on the record.
The state is in agreement with that, Your Honor.
That's correct.
All right. So with that, I do intend to instruct the jury to continue their deliberations. I will call them in. I also had an alternate juror, just for purposes of the record, indicate that the alternate juror had a medical appointment this afternoon. As you are aware, I have not discharged the alternate jurors. That alternate juror asked to be able to leave for his appointment and or be dismissed. I know that I met with counsel informally in chambers as well relative to that issue, and it was the decision based upon conferring with counsel to allow that particular alternate juror to leave for his medical appointment, but to keep the alternate juror on board with respect to his role as an alternate juror in this case. So the jury clerk is relaying that information to that particular juror. All right, does counsel wish to be heard on that?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state.
Very good. So at this time, I would ask Madam Clerk to please bring in our jury. Please stipulate to the return of our jury.
The state will stipulate to the presence of the jury, Your
All
Honor.
right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Thank you for returning for us today. So I do want to acknowledge that I did receive a note from you late yesterday afternoon, early evening, as I was taking the bench to dismiss you for the evening. It does appear from your note that you indicate that you are deadlocked as to count 1, so you remain deadlocked as to count 1, and also deadlocked as to certain charges at counts 2, 3, and 4. It does, however, appear to the court that you are deliberating as your duty requires. By the court's estimate, you have been deliberating a little less than 5 hours at this point in time. I would simply suggest that you continue with your deliberations. Again, you should review the evidence and the position of each juror to determine if any evidence has been overlooked or any juror's position misunderstood with respect to either the evidence or the law. I remind you that you may have portions of any testimony read back to you if you deem it essential for your deliberations. You have all the full exhibits with you in the court deliberations room. Kindly explain your views and listen to the views of others. That goes for everyone. Ultimately, of course, you will make up your own mind and decide this case upon the basis of your own individual judgment and conscience. So at this time, I am going to redirect you to the jury room to continue on with your deliberations relative to this case. Thank you.